So, how often do you eat a home cooked meal with your family?
Home cooked meal with the family, I would say a couple times a week, 2 or 3. I wish it was more, but
So, who does the cooking?
me.
Yeah? What do you like to cook?
I like to make chili. I like to make lasagna. I'm really happy. I talked with you about how my boy likes pork chops now.
Yeah.
So do that. Now it's getting warmer. Burgers on the grill. Those are kind of some of the go-tos.
Cool.
Enchiladas.
Nice.
Yeah.
Lasagna is actually my favorite. I just had it for my birthday. My mom cooked it the other day,
Nice.
so it was really good.
I'll be making Swedish meatballs. My mom and grandma's recipe, actually, my grandma's recipe for Easter.
That
So,
sounds great.
Yeah.
So how often do you guys go out a week with your family?
I would say again, probably like several times a week. I'm the only one who drives, and so we're kind of coordinating picking up my wife, and sometimes it just from when we're picking her up, it's just going to be too late, or it's going to take too long to cook something. So then it just becomes easier to do a grab and go. Like at a Panera or something like that. But usually when we are cooking, we're trying to kind of have enough so that's a couple nights worth of meals.
Awesome.
So that if we come home, we can just fire up the lasagna in the microwave, for instance.
Makes total sense.
Yeah.
So how many times a week would you say you get DoorDash or takeout?
I mean, takeout is probably a couple times because we're not like sitting down. Usually when we're eating out, we're kind of like taking it to go, but we never have people like deliver stuff. I mean, it's usually like we're out and about and then we're grabbing stuff. I don't think we might have had a pizza delivered once in like the last 2 years.
Do you even have a DoorDash account?
No. No.
Okay. So in the past like 5 to 10 years, how would you say your family like dinner traditions have changed?
I mean, the biggest thing is with our boy, right, who's 9 now. I mean, that kind of changed the dynamic a lot, especially when it's kind of like taking him to things, and as well as kind of coordinating with my wife, and so there's kind of like more variables that makes it a little bit harder to kind of make it all fly. It's been hard. He's a finicky eater, and so like
Aren't all 9-year-olds?
Some you talk to some parents, and you're like, oh man, can't believe that, like they're eating vegetables, or like they'll eat every fruit that's set in front of them. He has some sensory stuff, and so like the texture of food matters a lot.
I'm the same way.
And that makes it really hard because often like stuff that we're cooking is not something that he will eat, and that's where like again I'll go back to the pork chops and like what a revelation it is that we can all have pork chops together.
Cooking one meal for everybody.
Oh God, we're always because otherwise it's like I felt like a short order cook for several years, and like I want people to eat, but just my wife doesn't cook, my son doesn't cook. But my son doesn't want to eat what I'm making for my wife and I, and so you can end up making multiple things a day, or you're picking up for him and then you're cooking at home, and it just adds more time to it. So it's kind of tricky, but the long-term goal is to have more foods that we can all enjoy together.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, awesome.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's